everybody has the same kinds of pressures. But what I found, or what I find fascinating, is the interpretation of the stimuli. Let me explain. So I was watching the Olympics, this last Summer Olympics, and I was amazed at how bad the questions were that the reporters would ask all the athletes. And almost always, they asked the same question, whether they were about to compete or after they competed. Were you nervous, right? And to a T, all the athletes went, no, right? And what I realized is it's not that they're not nervous, it's their interpretation of what's happening in their bodies. I mean, what happens when you're nervous, right? Your heart rate starts to go, you sort of get a little tense, you get a little sweaty, right? You have expectation of what's coming, and we interpret that as, I'm nervous. Now, what's the interpretation of excited? Your heart rate starts to go, you're anticipating what's coming, right? You get a little sort of like tense. It's all the same thing. It's the same stimuli, except these athletes, these Olympic quality athletes, have learned to interpret the stimuli that the rest of us would say is nervous as excited. They all say the same thing. No, I'm not nervous. I'm excited. And so I've actually practiced it just to tell myself when I start to get nervous that this is excitement, you know? And so I used to speak in front of a large audience, and somebody would say, how do you feel? I used to say, a little nervous. Now when somebody says, how do you feel? I'm like, pretty excited, actually. And it came from just sort of telling myself, no, this is excitement.
Do you want to get better? You need to learn how to thrive under pressure, not crack. Why? Because you have to perform when it really matters. And usually that's under pressure. Whether you are an elite athlete at the big stage, or you are an executive, or an employee, in a big presentation, or if you're a student preparing for your exams, we all face challenges and pressure. So you need to understand the science, like how your brain works, how to act, what to think to make your performance better. So I'll be talking to a neuroscientist to understand the science behind performance under pressure, bust some of these myths and misconceptions we have, and also give you a practical blueprint you can use to learn better how to perform under pressure. So let me know in the comments, how do you handle pressure?